our website, we will start with a small presentation. Yeah, we will start with a small presentation, then get into the actual uh, platform and how to use that. Look at what are the features available, facilities available in our platform, and then we will look at a trading view as a charting tool, and see how we can generate live signals from there, and see how those orders or signals will get automatically placed in a broker account. Now, in case if you have any specific strategy or indicator in TradingView to be seen, kindly let me know. Use the Q&A box and let me know. I'll try and use those for providing a demo also. The agenda today is we will start with a small presentation, introduction to Algomojo platform and its features. Let's look at how do we do an integration with TradingView charts and create alerts and place orders. Then, in case if anybody is looking at Amibroker, we can try and look at how to do that using Amibroker also. And there'll be a small brief on Algomojo support structure that we have. And in case if you have any queries, don't wait till the end. As we go along, the queries can be addressed. Kindly type out your queries and messages using the Q&A box. Our website is algomojo.com. It's a web-based algo trading execution platform, I would say. And we don't have any mobile app or any other app. If you have any browser, it could be Chrome, it could be Edge, it could be Firefox, any of those browsers. You can log in using those browsers and use all the facilities that we provide, that we extend, and automate your trades. Sure, sure. We will look at super trend and how to automate signals that come out of super trend, and also see how to place orders not only in futures but also in options. So if you have a buy signal coming in, you can take an option of CE, and if the signal reverses, the CE can be closed and a PE can be taken. That is how the system is designed to work. We will look at that, sir. Yes. Um, any other strategies or queries that you would have, please use the Q&A box. So there was a query on how to use super trend in various time frames to trade in either futures or options. We will look at that definitely. So as I was mentioning, we are a web-based algo execution platform, and it's a platform available to users to automate their strategies signals. Now, whenever your charting tool, it could be TradingView, it could be MT4, it could be Amibroker, it could be charting, or if you're a programmer and you are using Python, for example, to run your strategies, you can use any of these platforms, and signals or the buy and sell signals that you get on those charts or platforms can automatically be executed into your broker account. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge to use our platform for automation. All you have to have is a good strategy or an indicator or a study that you would like to use for placing orders. You need not have to worry about opening the codes and doing some modifications so that those signals will get placed in your broker account. Nothing of that sort. It's a simple copy paste kind of activity that you need to do to automate the trades. Now, we have tried and kept this as user friendly as possible. And as easy as it's pretty simple and easy to use. The interface and the process for automation, we have tried to keep it as simple as possible so that anybody and everybody can use our platform and take advantage of automation. We have API connectivities across multiple brokers. Close to about 28 brokers are integrated in our platform. We keep adding more brokers. We keep adding more brokers. Sir, if you're not able to log in from a laptop into Algomojo or for this session, try and log out from your mobile phone and try and log in from the laptop itself, sir. Okay, so try and log out of this mobile phone and mm, use the mobile laptop to log in. Yeah. In case if you still face difficulty, kindly let me know. I'll just wait for a couple of minutes. There's a user who is finding it difficult to log in. Sure, you can use Python code to send orders or signals to Algomojo. We have an extensive Python library. I'll share you where to find them, and you can incorporate those modules in your Python strategy and place orders. Yes, you'll need to have a paid version of TradingView because we use a facility called a webhook URL that is not supported in the free version. Free version has all the features except that you can't automate it. So you will need to have a subscription for automation. So, yes. Just waiting for one participant to try and log in from his laptop who is facing difficulty. A lot of brokers do provide TradingView charts, including Angel or Zerodha. Most of them use TradingView charting tools. However, none of the brokers support webhook URL facility in those charts. So that becomes a limitation. So you will need to have a TradingView account directly and not the TradingView charts which the brokers provide. Yeah. So I think we will resume with the presentation where we were. And see, as I was mentioning, our aim is to make the algo trading experience simple and user-friendly and also pretty efficient so that you can maximize on your time and efficiency and the profits as such in trading and investing. Let's look at some of the key features that are available in our platform. So I would request to use the Q&A box if you have any queries or type out so that I can address them. So some of the features would include things like you can customize what is that you want to trade. It's a one-time definition of what you want to trade to be updated in our platform. After that, you need not have to recreate them every time. It is available for you. Suppose say you say that, okay, you want to trade in Nifty or you want to trade in equities or you want to trade in options. Do the setting for one time in Algomojo platform. We will look at those steps as when we get into the platform demo as such. And after that, it is available for you. So whenever the signals do come in from your charting tools, we will pick up those orders. We will refer to your template as to what is available uh, in the platform and what tools to use, how to use. Yes, that's right. So it's only audio. The video of me speaking or giving the demo is not enabled for this session. However, you will be able to see the charting tools and automation process, and my audio will be there explaining how do we go about it. Right? Yeah. Now you can uh, trade in equities, you can trade in futures, you can trade in options. You can set to trade in a particular static option for the entire day. Suppose you decide that, okay, I want to trade only in 25,000 CE and PE for the day, for say Monday. You can do that, or you can set to dynamically select an ATM or an ITM or OTM strikes to be chosen whenever the signals are generated. We will look at what is that you want to trade in, whether you want to trade in OTM or you want to trade in ATM or ITM. We will pick up those strikes and place orders for you. You have the flexibility to choose up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money. So whatever your selection is, based on the spot price at the time of signal generation, we will place orders as per that. Right. So if you're a buyer, you can use our platform to buy options. If you're a seller or you write options, you would like to write options, you can use our platform to write options also whenever the signals are generated. In case if you want to hedge your main trades using option or any other instrument, you can do that either by hedge by buying or by doing the hedge selling also. These kind of facilities are available in our platform. See, either the whole objective is to automate the signals which run on various kinds of platform. It could be TradingView, it could be Amibroker, it could be say charting or MT4, any of these. Now, in case if you want to place orders manually, and after that you want the system to take care of in terms of targets or stop loss or in terms of trailing a stop loss, those kind of facilities can be made use of from our system. So you can take the entry using our platform. I will show you that also. And after that, leave it to Algomojo to handle your trade in terms of exits as such. Exits can be in the form of, again, manual, or you can set a target whenever the target price are hit, either in terms of points or in terms of percentage or even in terms of profit or in terms of MTM. So you have four features based on which what you select, the trades that you have taken manually can be closed. Or if you are sending the entry and exit signals from your charting tool, that can also be handled. So, or you can take the entries from your charting tool and exits can happen based on target, stop loss, trailing stop loss, profit, or even MTA. Right, so you have a lot of facilities available in our platform to manage your trades. We will go through the options which are found in our platform to help you in terms of maximizing your profits and minimizing your losses as that. Now look at you can do orders. We will take care of the order splitting in case the quantity that you're trading is pretty large. We will handle that for you, not an issue at all. And in terms of risk management, you can set targets and stop loss, either as I was mentioning, either in terms of points or percentage, and you can do a trailing of those stop loss, either again in terms of end to end or in terms of percentage or in terms of points, or you can also do it in terms of profit lock. So if you say that okay, minimum profit that I need to take it out for this trade is so and so, so we will keep tracking that, and whenever the profits come down to that level of minimum what you want to achieve, we will close the trades for you for that particular instrument as such. You can also customize the entry and exit times. So these are pretty flexible. These are the flexibilities the platform offers for any user. So you can decide whether you want to trade in the morning session where the volatility normally are pretty high, or you don't want to take any trades towards the end of the day. You can set the time so that any signal coming in during those time frame that where you want to trade, only those get executed as such, right? Looking at some of features, we have a paper trade facility made available for all users. Currently, up to 6 instruments or strategies can be paper. You can do paper trading. Kindly note, paper trading is a facility more to check the process of how the orders are getting placed using Algomojo platform. It is not a forward testing tool nor a back testing tool. We don't recommend paper trading to be used for those kind of activities. It is more to check if the platform is able to meet your expectations. So once you do a setup and you would like to see if the orders are getting placed as per your requirement, as per your strategies, to test that out, the paper trading facility is provided. Our suggestion is always to start with paper trade, experience it for a day or two, and check if all the parameters are meeting your expectations or your requirements, and then shift over to live trade. So that is the whole objective. You can test up to six strategies on paper trade mode. After that, you can get into live trade. Now, you have flexibility to roll over. You need not have to wait till the last day of the contract expiry. You can say that you want to roll over your open positions and take new positions for the next contract at any point in time. Suppose you want to do it 5 days before the expiry or 8 days before the expiry. At a particular time, you can set all those parameters in our platform. So depending on the contract that you're trading and the time and date that you've set, we will roll over the positions which are open and running in your account. Now, you can also define how many signals that you want to trade in a day. There are users who say that, okay, I don't want to take more than, say, five trades in a day or five signals in a day. So you can set those, or it can be 10, it can be 20. It's up to your choice. How many signals that you want to trade for a particular day, you can set that. And there are strategies which have this repainting issues, like they keep sending multiple signals of the same type, especially in environments like Amibroker. They keep sending buy signals repeatedly. Suppose you want to avoid that, we have a facility in a platform. You can say that, okay, I want to take only one buy, and after that, any sell signal coming in, that has to be executed. We will take care of that. So if the next buy comes in after the entry, we will ignore that and wait for the next sell signal to come in for the order to be executed. So these are kind of enhancements that we have done in our platform. If you're an options trader and if you're trading in various kind of strategies, you can create all those strategies in our platform, and based on a single signal, you can execute all the legs in your option strategy. However, today you have to create each of those legs independently and then group them. We are also working on a facility where, say, if you want to trade in iron conda, all the legs involved in the iron conda will be opened by the system automatically. So those kind of facilities, it is work in progress, will be available to you maybe in a week or two. And after that, you can, until then, you will need to keep uh, defining each legs independently and start using it. Now, you can get Telegram notifications whenever there's a signal coming in or whenever there's an order getting executed. You can get notifications on your Telegram. So you need not be sitting in front of your system and monitoring the trades. So when you get a signal, you can check and see if the order has got processed or not. There's some new features that we launched a couple of weeks back. One is, yeah, lock profit and trail profit to help users maximize or ensure that they get a kind of minimum profit in the trades that they undertake. These facilities have been extended. Now you can specify what is the trigger from where we should start looking at locking the profit. You can set a limit saying that, okay, once I have reached a profit of, say, 10,000 rupees, you enable this facility for locking the profit. So once you do that, you can also define saying that, okay, if my profit has crossed 10,000 rupees, minimum that I need to take home is, say, 7,000 rupees or 8,000 rupees for that trade. You can say that also. You have the flexibility. So if the profits starts coming down to the level that you have set, say for example 7,000 rupees, we will close that particular trade and try and ensure that you get to take home that 7,000 rupees for the day, right? For that instrument, as such. It is for that particular instrument and not for the entire trade. So you will need to set it up for each particular trade. You have the flexibility to set it up for each particular trade that you're undertaking. We are also working on looking at a complete overall position which are open, wherein you can say that, okay, my overall position has achieved, say, 50,000 rupees, and you minimum that you wish to lock in is about, say, 30,000 rupees or 35,000 rupees. Once, if the profits come down to that level, all open positions in your system will be closed. So that is a facility that we're still working on, will be made available shortly as such. So once you have set the triggers, the system will try and lock the kind of profit that you expect to take home as such. Then you can also trail the profits. Suppose you have seen that the profits have from 10,000 have moved to say 12,000 rupees, and you had set a minimum of 7,000 rupees. So you can say that every increase of say 1,000 rupees in the profits, you want to move your lock profit from say by 500 rupees. So if it moves to your overall profit moves to 11,000 rupees, your lock-in profits will move to 7,500. If the profit increases to 12,000 rupees, this will move to 8,000 rupees. So you can set the steps also in which you want the log profits to be trailed as such. These are some of the facilities that we have recently launched. A lot of users are finding a good value in this system. Request all to try it out and experience and ensure that it helps you to ensure that you lock in a minimum kind of profit for the trades as such. Some of the other features that we are looking at is to place limit orders or stop loss limit or market orders. Currently, all orders, all signals that we get will be processed as market orders. Shortly, we will have these limit and stop loss limits also. Then one-click option strategies are something that we are again working on. And you can also create a watch list for options in stocks, so that whatever options that you're looking at to be traded from the watch list can be automatically placed when the signals are received from your strategy. This some of the segments that you can work on are the cash, which can be intraday and which can be for carry forward also if you're an investor and you would like to carry this forward for many a days and months, so weeks, you can do that using our platform. And of course, you can trade in futures and options. Futures could be NSE, BSE, commodities, similarly options in any of these markets. So almost all segments and are available of NSE and BSE and commodities. Of course, we don't have integrations done for cryptos as such. You will not be able to trade in cryptos using our platform because none of the Indian um, brokers support crypto trades as such. So whatever instruments are supported by the are allowed in the Indian market for the traders, investors, you will be able to handle that using our account, using our platform. Yeah, we are looking at stop loss and stop loss limit orders to be launched shortly. The extensive testing is happening. I'm sure it should be available in a week or two as such. Now, we have integrated with most of the leading brokers in India, including people like Zerodha to Angel Broking to Dhan, um, uh, almost all the large uh, broking houses have been integrated in our platform. So you can do automation or API based trading with any of these brokers. If you already have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using our platform. All users will get 7 days trial period during which there are no charges. I request you to kindly use the trial period, run your strategies, run your indicators, run your studies, and in case if you find this platform is able to meet your expectations, then you can go in for subscription of our services as such. There are three types of subscriptions: monthly, half yearly, and yearly. We will go through those fees involved. Or in case if you open a new account, we have a special offer. Uh, if you use our referral to open a new account in any of these 7 brokers, you get APIs or facilities and features of Algomojo free of cost for life. So there'll be no additional charges at all. If you open a new account with any of these listed brokers, LF, Blue, Dun, First Stock, Fires, Goodwill, Upstock, and Cebu. So if you open, and suggest that you try and open a new account for in any of these brokers and avail our facility. So you will get all services, all features, all benefits of Algomojo free of cost for life. Now, when it comes to automation, it is done in 2 steps. First step is what you need to do in Algomojo platform as such, and second step is to the integration part, and it could be TradingView, it could be any other platform as such. So we will get into the process after looking at our website. So let me take you to our platform. Algomojo.com is our website. So if you are interested in opening a new account, you can go to this button and provide your name, email ID, and phone number, and select any of these 7 brokers and open a new account. It will take you to the broker's webpage for opening the account. Complete the process. Once you get the user ID and password, once your account is enabled, your lifetime free account with Algomojo will also be available for you. So kindly use this button to open a new account. Now, in case if you find that you need some new features to be available for automation in our platform, kindly ask for a feature using this button. Give us your details of the requirement. We will try and check if the same can be implemented and the feature can be made available for all users as such. In case you need a demo, kindly use, or you want any assistance in terms of setup, you can use this installation support slot. It'll ask you to choose a particular date and time. Once you select those, executive will get in touch with you and help you in terms of the initial setup and demo as such, right? Once you have an account, you can log in from this web page. Use this login button. So let me use you will need to choose from the drop down. I'll be using a broker called TradeGenie for today's demo. So the credentials that you need to use for the login process is the same what your broker would have given. There's no different credentials to be used. It is the same credential, login ID, client ID, and the password, and the TOTP. So let me try and log in here. Any queries? Kindly use the Q&A box. Nobody is able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen, sir? Others are able to see. I'm not very sure why you are getting a blank screen. Try and log out and log in again. Yeah, thanks. Sir, I have a few confirmations who are saying that the screen is visible. Thank you. Thank you. So let me log into this account. So once you log in, the web page would look something like this. It is common for irrespective of whichever broker that you're using. So it'll provide you a summary sheet. You can add watch list, and you can place orders from here itself also. Suppose you want to take a position in an account in a stock like Reliance, you can do that from here also. These are manual orders, so you can place orders from here, create watch lists, keep monitoring the watch list of the stocks that you're tracking, and if you want to do it manually, you can do that. Now, except for adding funds or withdrawing funds, you can do all your other operations in our website itself. Right. Thank you for confirmation. Hope in case if you find any difficulty in terms of audio or video, please message me here. Yeah, on the left side, you'll see a lot of tabs. The first tab is what you need to look at. It's called My API. It will have your broker credentials and the API and the API secrets. These are provided by Algomojo, and they will have a validity, and it will also tell you how many days and when will it expire. Now, if you opened an account using Algomojo as the partner, referral partner, you will have lifetime free as such. Otherwise, you need to take the trial period. Say start 7 days trial. After that, you can get into monthly, half yearly, and yearly plan as such. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees for you as such. Now, the first step is to get the API generated, either through trial or through subscription. Once you get these APIs, the next process of setting up the automation would start. So on the left side, the tabs which you see as a first step, you have to go to this tab called My strategies. Somebody was asking about the using Python to run your strategies and place orders in automatically in our website. So you can go to this on the left side, the pane, the tabs which you see, go to this API tab, and you will be able to get this version one, the Python library and the codes that you can use. You get an extensive description of how you should go about if you are using Python as such. Now, right now, in case you want to look at any other codes, if you're a programmer and you would like to look at, say, how to place an order, how to monitor your order book, or get any other information about the trades, you can refer to this documentation. Right from the process of opening an account to downloading any kind of codes that are required is all provided here. So that you would get it from this page, from this tab called APIs, right? Yes. Now, once you have generated the API, go to this tab called My Strategies and open an. Now, you will need to create a new strategy. We call this as strategy because this is where you are going to define what is that you want to trade. So once you define that, all the it'll be available for you any point in time. So unless you delete it, it'll be always be visible here. So let me create a new strategy here for demo and update with some basic information as to what is that we want to trade. Let me start with say something like Nifty futures. Nifty, FUT demo can be any name. 31st May. Now, the next step is to choose the right kind of rule. There are 5 rules that are important, are defined, and it is important that you choose the right kind of rule. The selection of the rule would depend on the kind of strategy that you're running. So when we get into the trading view screen, I will explain what these rules mean and how to select an appropriate rule to run your strategy, right? So typically these are long only if you want to trade long. If you want to take, say, short only signals, say trade either in PE or short the futures, you need to use short only. If you want to trade both long and short, you can use buy and sell. And another variant is long plus short, buy, sell, short cover. This is more for trading view kind of users. And the last one is a typical stop and reversal. Many of you would have seen or used say, a strategy like super trend, where it is always in trade. So we use for super trend kind of strategies the stop and reversal rule. So we'll be using super trend for the demo. So I will choose stop and reverse. Then the segment to be trade, it needs to be selected. I'll say it as futures and option, and I'll say Nifty. Select from the drop down the contract that you want to trade. The order type can be normal or MIS. So depending on intraday or carry forward, you can select this. Price is always market, so you can leave it to the default value. You can say how many lots you want to trade. Suppose you say that you want to trade in 100 lots, it will show you the lot, the actual quantity also, and it will also show you the split of the instrument. If the quantity is more, we will place multiple orders in multiples of the freeze quantity as such to fill the quantity that you would be trading. So these are some of the basic things that you need to define as to what is that you want to trade, whether it is intraday or carry forward, how many lots you want to trade. The rest of the things are optional ones. You want to trade, check whether you want to use trade target and stop loss. You can do it here. Target, stop loss, and trailing stop loss, profit log. All that can be defined and updated here. It's a one-time activity that you need to do for, say, trading in Nifty futures, right? Then if you can go with the default timings. Start time it is at 9:15 and the end time, a square of time. All these are provided. Otherwise, it will take the exchange default values. You can also set the rollover options from here. So these two sections are optional sections. Otherwise, these are the mandatory things that you need to define here. Once you define this and say submit, the requirement will get saved, and this will be used for processing your signal whenever you send it from wherever you send it. Now, typically, two things get generated. One is a webhook URL and certain codes to be used. Say, for example, in TradingView, if you're running a strategy, you need to use this. If you're running an indicator, you will need to use this. We will make use of one of two of the couple of these and see how do we do the setup as such. Now, in case if you have any queries so far, please let me know. I'll be Let me try and address them. Otherwise, after you define what is that you want to trade and save it, you can go back and see that the strategy is always available. And by default, it will be in inactive state. You will need to enable the live trade or the paper trade. Always start with the paper trade and check whether orders are going through as per your requirement, and then shift over to the actual trades as such, live trades as such. Now, let me enable the paper trade here. So kindly remember, you will need to log into our website every day around the market open time, say around 8, after say 8:30, 8:45 kind of thing, and go to this My Strategies and enable the live trade or paper trade every day. This is more of a regulatory requirement that it has to be done every day as such. So it will not be perpetually on. You have to enable it, log in and enable it every day as such. Suppose you're trading in say 5 different instruments that like this, you have to enable all of them for the trading on that particular day. Don't do it much earlier. Say if you do it at say 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the mornings, the session will not be valid during the market hours, because brokers would refresh and provide a new token for API-based trading around the market open time. That's the reason. So do it after 8:30, 8:45. Log in and enable the trades. Right. Once you've done this, somebody was asking if we can place orders manually. Yes, you can do that. You can come here and say buy from here itself. So if you say buy, the requirement would be processed and you will be able to see that order here under my signal. It will show you that the manual buy signal has been generated, and it will show you the orders that has been placed, and it will show you the portion that is taken. So this is how you place a manual order using our system. Now, question would be, why should I do it from here and why not from the broker's terminal? Now, if you are a user and you would like to say set some targets, trail your profits or trail your stop losses, all that are facilities which are provided in our platform and not by all the brokers as such. So you can take a trade and maybe set a trailing stop loss or a profit log or a uh, trailing M to M kind of requirements in our platform and just leave it at that. So our platform will take care of the trade. Whenever your targets or stops or profit log is achieved, it will close this portion and you need not have to do any activity. All you have to do is take an entry and leave it for the system to monitor and manage your trades. So now there's a query saying that if I buy a call option, when Nifty breaks above the first 5 candle, uh, uh, see, thing is, if you are trying to refer to any candle and say breakout kind of strategy, you will need to generate it from the TradingView or any other tool, say charting also, or any other tool. The signal has to be generated from somewhere. Our system will not be able to understand saying that I'll need to place an order if the Nifty breaks the first 15-minute candle high. No, such kind of facility is not with us. We are just a bridge provider. The entry and exits will need to necessarily come either in a manual form like what we saw or from any of the charting tools. So you can program it and say TradingView to take an entry if the first 15-minute candle high is broken. Or in case you don't have a strategy running, but you know the candle and you can specify at what point in time on the candle, on the chart, your entry has to happen. We will look at that example also when we get to the chart. And so when the 15-minute candle high is broken, the from TradingView itself, you can push the order to Algomojo and we will take care of that. After the order is placed, we can take care of the stop loss and we can take care of the profits as per your requirement. Say if you say that, okay, you need to have a 50 points profit and say 25 point stop loss, you can set that in our platform and whenever these are achieved, the position will get closed. So once the order is placed in a system, you can square off from here itself. You can say that, okay, close this position. Always automated systems need to be handled from the Algomojo itself. You should not do it from, say, a broker terminal or manually as such. In case if you go and close a position from your broker terminal when you're running a new live position, and if it is not updated in our system here under this position book, you will always find a difference. So your broker position will be 0, but here it will still be showing 7,500. So when a new order or signal comes in, we will be trying to close this 7,500 position which is still open, and the entire thing will get into a mess. In case if you go and close those orders manually, you can come back here and say adjust that quantity. Say, for example, if I had taken 7,500, you can, the portion will be here. If you have closed it manually, you come back here and say adjust this to 0. Then our system will understand saying that there's no open position. So accordingly, when the new signal comes in, it will look at what is the open position and take the appropriate action so that your trades will not get messed up, right? So be careful in case if you're closing something manually to come back here and update those positions so that your trades will be managed better. So after you have defined what is that you want to trade, the next step is to get into TradingView. Let's do that. So all you have to do is go to TradingView, and the first step always is to start with the symbol. Let us look at a Bitcoin today. The crypto markets are open today, so we'll try and see if we can get some live trades here, live charts. Yeah, first load your signal that you, the symbol that you want to trade. Load the time frame also. So once you load the time frame and the instrument and the time frame, you can load your strategy. For example, let's try and use super trend. I already preloaded that here, so you can see that this is a super trend. So a super trend is always in trade, right? So it is either long or short always, and uh, the rule to be used for any strategy which is similar to operation in terms of super trend, like always in trade, either long or short, you have to use a rule called stop and reverse. What it means is that, sir, you can use the Q&A box to type out if you have any queries, please. So if you have any similar kind of chart or strategy, which always is in trade, either long or short, you need to use stop and reverse. What it does is whenever there's a long signal or a buy signal generated, it will take the long entry. It can be in the form of futures. It can be in form of options. Options, if you're a buyer, then it will take the CE. So when a sell comes, it will stop this long trade and take the reverse trade, which is the sell. So that is why we call it a stop and reverse. So it'll close the future and take the short position, long future and take a short position. If you're trading in options, then you close the CE here and take the PE. That is how this system is designed to operate. That is how this rule will operate as such. So, and the other forms of other rules that are available are, suppose you're a trader and you feel that the market is going to trend up and you would like to take only the long signals, then you use a rule called long only, which is the first rule. And suppose in a downtrending market, you want to trade only short signals, you can use the second rule, which is short only. Or if you want to trade both, stop long plus short is the rule to be used. Now, the difference between long plus short and stop and reverse is that in a long plus short, when a long signal is achieved or received, it will take a long position. And if a sell is received, it will close that long position and not take the reverse position. Stop and reverse will take the reverse position, whereas here it'll close the long position and it will wait for the next signal, which can be either a buy or a short. So if a sell is generated again, it will take a short position, or if a buy is generated, it will take a long as such. So that will be the difference between a long plus short and stop and reverse. it is pretty important to understand the strategy that you're running and relate it to the rule that has to be defined in Algomojo, because that is very, very important. Suppose you have chosen a strategy which is not always in trade. It will take a trade, it will close, say, somewhere here, and then wait, and then it gives a sell signal. If you have used stop and reverse kind of strategy, it will take a long entry here, it will close the long position and take a short position, which is not the requirement. We want to take the short only here. So be careful in terms of how the strategy is running for you and relate it to the rule, and then select the appropriate rule. Otherwise, it will go for a toss. Now, in case we have any doubts in terms of what rule to be used, we have given the explanation for each rule, how it operates in our documentation. And when you hover onto the strategy page here, let me show you using this. When you move the cursor on the different types of rules, it will tell you what it does, how it operates. If you still need an extensive explanation, it is provided in our documentation, which can be accessed from here. If you go to this API, and you will be able to see all the details of various rules which are there. So be careful in terms of, sure, you can always say long only. So it will take only the long signals. So whenever long is coming in, it will take a long signal portion here. It will close the long portion here. And again, it will wait for a new long. Suppose a long comes here, it will take that long portion and execute the long trade. It can be in futures, or it can be it can be in CE as such. So the opposite of that is this short only. So it will take only the short positions. Right. Any queries so far on this? So once you load your instrument and the time frame and the strategy, the next step is to um, create an alert for automation. The way to do that is, it can be any strategy which gives a buy sell signal. Um, if that is available, then you will be able to automate it. So as you can see, the buy has been generated now. So, but we have not set the alert. So let us try and set an alert. The process to do that is, any strategy that you're running, if you go, normally it will have these three dots, the more button. If you click on that, it'll give you a pop-up to add the alert. Here we need to give the update couple of things. First thing is, if you're running a strategy, go to this message box. Whatever is there by default, remove that. From Algomojo, this is what we just created. Go to the page, come down here, and select this content which is provided by Algomojo. Copy that and paste it here. So this is one copy paste that you need to do. And the second copy paste is, go to this notification and update the webhook URL. Now, whatever is there by default, remove that, go to Algomojo again and copy that webhook URL. This is the most important part. This is what ties up to your chart and what is that you want to trade. So it will have all the information from which we can infer what needs to be done when a buy signal is sent by that alert, right? Accordingly, so when a buy signal comes, we know that we'll come here and see that we have to take a long position in Nifty futures for 7,500 quantity. We will do that. So you will always need to upload the appropriate webhook URL. Copy this again and go to trading view, paste it here, and so I need to give a name, add a name, I'd say NF demo 31st, can be anything, and just say create. That's it. So, screen is not visible. Somebody is mentioning that screen is not visible. Sir, are you able to, others? I'm sorry, I keep asking this. So, one or two people had this issue of not able to see the screen. Can anyone please confirm again if the screen is visible? Okay, sir, request you to kindly log out and try again, because all of them are able to see the screen. Maybe your connectivity, some issue is there. Kindly log out and log in again to see the screen. Yes, and in case you have any difficulty, okay, yeah. The recording will be available. You will be able to see that any point in time at a later date. So this is all the process that needs to be done to automate a strategy. Let me go through this again. So first step is to load your instrument, what you want to trade. It could be Nifty, it could be Bank Nifty, it could be any stock that you want to trade. Then select the time frame, whether you want to do it in 1 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever is the time frame that you want to trade in, and then load your strategy, which you already have. And it can be any strategy. All it has to do is generate this buy sell signals. You should be able to see it, and you should have this facility to add alert on that study. If you go to message box, just remove whatever is there from there, delete that, and copy paste the message from our website, update the webhook URL here, give the name, it can be any name, and that's it, say create. It will be shown here. That is all is the process needed to automate. No, this is a one-time setup again in TradingView that you need to do. But so you need not have to repeat this every day. See, like you can see that there are a lot of strategies which are running. So it will keep operating for you. You can, unless you stop it. So you can say that, okay, I don't want to take any trades today, because then you can pause your alert here and resume it again whenever you want. So you can, if you have paused it, you come back and say restart. It will be available in TradingView. It will start, restart, and whenever the chart is sending generating a signal, it will get processed and they will send it to Algomojo, and we will place orders in your account for the instrument that you have selected. Sure, we will call this. We will call. The instrument, we will place the orders for the instrument that you have selected, and um, place the orders in your broker account. So once you do this alert setup and log in to Algomojo in the morning, you need not be present in front of your system at all. So TradingView, as you are aware, is running in the cloud, and once you log in, that's it. We know that you have a strategy, you could have multiple strategies. So whenever these strategies are receiving signal, we'll process it for you. You can shut down your laptop, desktop, or you can close the browser. You need not be in front of your computer at all. The system will keep running for you. Whenever TradingView is sending the signals, we will process that, and it can keep running for you without any intervention. Only thing that you should not do is go to this place and log out. If you log out, the orders will not get processed. Or if you switch off the paper trade or live trade, the orders will not get processed. So if you make this inactive, any signal coming in will not be processed. Right? Yeah. Forex is currently not yet enabled. We have not integrated with any of the Forex service providers. You need to wait. We are in discussion with crypto and currency markets for our brokers. Our plan is to get into that space also. We'll do that. Now, this query is saying that how does TradingView login works inside Algomojo? Now, see, TradingView is always on, and what you want to trade will be this is the code that will be used to process these buy or sell signal. And once a TradingView, your strategy generates a signal for a buy or sell, TradingView will take this webhook URL. Sorry, I'll show you this. They will send this signal of buy or sell to us to amapi.algomojo.com. And once we receive it, we will interpret from this to whom it belongs to and which broker, and uh, under that broker, which is the strategy or the instrument that we need to process the order, and accordingly place the order for you. So webhook URL is the connect between Algomojo and TradingView, and TradingView will send the information to us based on this webhook URL. So it's important that you use the webhook URL correctly. It could sometimes so happen that if you use a webhook URL belonging to, for example, this one, instead of Nifty futures, if you have pasted the webhook URL of say BN options, the order will get processed for BN options. So you'll need to be careful to associate the correct webhook URL in the alert that you generate or create in TradingView. So TradingView will send information to us based on that information. We know that which strategy it belongs to, and that strategy, what is that you're trying to trade with, is what we will find out and place orders. That's how the entire tie-up is done. Yeah, see, TradingView is in cloud, so it is always running. So they also send signals pretty fast. Once it reaches a platform, we don't have any processing as such. We act as a bridge. So any signal coming in will get into your broker account in milliseconds. So we don't see, as we don't need to do any processing, it will get passed on, and the orders can be placed in milliseconds as such once we receive it. So it's pretty fast. So it is much, much, much faster than what you need to do on a manual basis. Of course, we have come across some platforms which take a long time to process the orders. Since we don't have any processing to be done at our end, all processing is happening at your screen, at your TradingView screen. Your TradingView is looking at and processing this strategy to generate the buy or sell signals. So that is where the processing is happening, and your strategy is generating the signal to buy or sell. So TradingView, once the trigger happens here, sends that information saying that buy to this client or to this webhook URL. So we have nothing to do. We just refer to what is that you're trying to trade and place orders. So you can experience it. You can do a paper trade, and you will be able to find out. So if you are using Python, you can do that. If you are using, you have strategies where you need to send buy and exit signals, you can do that. I suppose you are going to use Python for your work. You can do that. See, you can instead of the you can look at not the order ID. You will need to look at your API associated or webhook URL associated with that, and incorporate that reference in your Python code. So whatever signals you're sending from your code for a buy or a sell, it'll get processed as such. Yeah. So uh, so let us. So we have just created this alert here. We should be able to get a short signal. Any signals will be shown here. So we had not created the alert that. Let me just check 11:02. Yeah, we just got a short signal here, as you can see from the log. Let us look at what has happened to this signal. This has come at 11:02:01. Go back to Algomojo. Go to the section called My Signals and go to this first tab called Signals. Here you can see that the cell has been generated from TradingView that will be shown here. Sorry, here under My Signals, under the Signals tab, you will be able to see all the action signals that we receive. You can see that there's a cell, and it will also have the timestamp, and it will also have the IP from where it is received, and the status. As you can see here, the order has been received and processed. Almost, see, we don't have the timestamp for getting into milliseconds, so you will find that it will stop at the second level. It doesn't mean that it is taking 1 second to process. It has happened much, much faster, but rounded off to a second kind of level. So you'll see the timestamps here, and you can see that there's a short portion by. That's it. You have no other setting or no. Yeah, we will get into options also. Yeah. So this is one sample that we have used where we are running it on a strategy like this and to trade in futures. Any query on the setup as to how do we do it? You can bring in any strategy. As long as it is generating buy and signal, this is the process to be done. Let me repeat it. Select your instrument. It could be anything, Nifty, Bank Nifty, Reliance, anything. Select your time frame in which you want to run it. Load your strategy. From your loading, after your strategy is loaded, go to this more button and add the alert. In the alert, go to the message box, remove the default values which are there, and copy paste this message from Algomojo. So we have given you what needs to be done. Only two things to be copy pasted. One is your webhook URL. The other one is this code. So take this code. If you're running strategy, this is the code. If you're running an indicator, you have to use different code. We will look at samples of how to use it on a price or an indicator base also. So you can, if you're running a strategy, then copy this and paste it here. That's it. And give a name and update the webhook URL with the that also is given by us. So copy it from here. All you have to do is say copy and go back here and paste it. Default, whatever is there, remove it, and then paste the new value there and say create. That's it. So the process is as simple as that for automation. You have nothing else to be done. So as you can see, another buy has been generated now. So we had a sell, we had a buy. You can look at how this has been processed. We go to my signals here, go to, as you can see here under the signals tab, we have got a buy and the order has been placed for buy. And the new position running is a long position and Nifty. So the short position has been closed or stopped and a new reverse long position has been taken. So it will keep running for you. So whenever there are buy sell signals generated here, it will keep taking the positions in futures because we have created this for futures. Similarly, let's try and see if we can do a this thing in options. See, today to get some live samples, I was using this chart because we wanted to see in during the demo some live signals getting processed. So yeah, you can generate, you can use any chart and trade in anything. Even on Monday, if you feel that okay, Bitcoin is more related to, I mean, I don't have any experience in terms of correlation. If you want to run, say, take positions based on a Bitcoin chart and Bank Nifty options, you can still do it. So it is not necessary that you have to take signals from that particular chart only. You can create it on any chart if you find that there's a correlation between this and gold, for example, or for this and any other instrument you want to, that is a better chart to handle. You can create it on that. Typically, otherwise, we will create it using Nifty, right? Today, to see for the demo purpose in live signals, I've used this as a chart, a trading chart, trading symbol. Otherwise, normally we use whatever is relevant. If you're trading in Bank Nifty, we use the Bank Nifty as the symbol. If you are using, say, Reliance as the symbol, you can open the Reliance's chart and do the same setup. The process is the same. Yeah, hope that clarifies. For demo purpose, I've used a Bitcoin chart because that market is open. If it was on Monday, if we were doing this demo during the market hours, I would have used Nifty as the example and followed the same process. So load Nifty and see if I can do that again. I can load Nifty. Of course, the markets are closed, so we'll not be able to see any live trades. So check Nifty, select the time frame, go here and then say create alert. You can say add alert on super trend on Nifty. As you can see here, create alert on Nifty. The process is the same. So update this webhook URL, sorry, message and update this webhook URL and say create. Give a name, whatever is the name you want to relate it with. That's it. It will be saved and it will be shown here and it will keep running for you. Just for getting some live signals, I've used Bitcoin as the for the demo. Any queries, any doubts so far? Right. Now, how do we do if let us look at another example. Suppose you want to trade using a indicator. So again, the first step is to load your instrument, select the time frame. Now, instead of strategy, you can go to indicators and select whatever is the indicator that you want to run. For example, let's say RSI. So I'll use stochastic RSI and load that on my chart. So as you can see, RSI is here, and the only difference is that when you are using an indicator, you will need to use create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. Unlike a strategy gives you straight buy and sell. Here we don't have buy and sell signals coming in. Based on certain value, we want an entry of long or short to be taken. So we have to create one for entry, one for exit. Now, how do we do it? Load your indicator, go to this three dots again, say more button, and say add alert on RSI. The pop-up box is slightly different compared to a strategy. In a strategy, for example, when you are creating, you can see that the pop-up box is a small thing. You have to just update the message and notification. Whereas for indicators, it will be slightly different. Go to, you have to update what is the condition, what is the time frame, what is the trigger, and then update the message and notification. For example, say if we say that the RSI currently is around 74 kind of thing. So we will say that we want to take an entry into a PE when the RSI comes below, say, 50. How do we do that? You can say that if the RSI is crossing down, okay, a value of say 50, okay, and if the bar closes and the RSI remains below 50, then only take the entry is what we are saying for the trigger. And we go to message box, and here we say that, okay, let's do this for a bank nifty option. Let us give a name as bank nifty option, and we have to update the message box for entry. So we have to remember for indicators, it will be two alerts that we need to create. So let us first define in Algomojo for trades to happen in bank nifty. Now, how do we do that? Yes, this recording will be available, sir. You can access it any point in time. It will get uploaded, I suppose, during the second half of the day. Yeah. How do we test for Nifty options without market hours? How do I do that? We'll see that also. So let's try and create one options chart for, say, Nifty itself. Okay. I'll give a name as Nifty options. Okay. Here, the rule, I'll select a similar rule, stop and reverse. Idea is, say if the RSI is coming down from top, I want to take a PE entry. And if it is going down, say 20 and starts coming up, I want to close the PE and take a CE. That is what I want to trade as. So take entry here for PE when if it is coming down RSI, and close the PE and take CE if the RSI starts moving up a value of say 30 kind of. So it can be any values, any indicators that you are using. The process is the same. So what we will do is here, I'll say that, okay. We'll use the same rule because we are always in contract, either in CE or PE, always in position. So I'll take the same rule and then segment, I'll say dynamic options. And here we'll select Nifty. When we say Nifty, we will need to define which expiry we want to trade in, whether it is week 1, week 2, week 3, or current month. You can choose any of those. If you say current month, it will show you the date and time, or a date also when the of the contract expiry. Then you can say which is the strike you want to trade in. So if I say ITM 5, okay, I've selected ITM 5 and I want to buy and not sell. So I'll choose buying as option and positional trades, market rate, and here I'll say 50 lots. It'll tell me that it is 3,750. So these are some basic details that you need to yeah, update. Now, suppose after entry, you want to have a stop loss. You can mention that also. You can say that, okay. Suppose target you want to leave it open and you want to say keep a stop loss of say 25 points. You can say that, okay, 25 points. You can define that also, and then submit this. Once you submit this, a new webhook URL will be created. We will need to use this indicator, go to this indicator section and take this code. Since we are looking at a PE first, if we are looking at a PE first, it is coming down. And for entry, we have to process it as a sell signal. We will use this code called sell, go back here and paste this code here. So it will show you that action to be done is sell, and notification, we will, whatever is by default, remove that. Go to Algomojo, copy this, which is relevant to this Nifty options that we are trying to trade. Put that in here, right? And that's it. These are two things to be updated. This is for entry, the short entry that we are trying to create, right? So once you say create, see the alert will be shown as a dotted line with a right pointing arrow. So this is the level, this is the alert you just created. Now, suppose instead of 50, you want to make this as 60, you can, this is again a one-time creation. You can always create it and leave it there. So you can shift it. Instead of 50, you say that, okay, I want it to be triggered if the value comes to, say, 68, something like that. Either drag it on the screen itself, or you can come here and update the value. You can say that, okay, the value becomes, say, 65. I want a thing to be triggered and save it. It will show that at 60 level, the orders will be processed. The P will be triggered. So let me come back here and enable this for live trade. Sorry, paper trade. So yeah, you can keep, say you can't say that you can't select the strike price based on the premium. It has to be ITM, ATM or OTM or ITM based on the it can be up to ITM 20 or OTM 20. You can select any of those. You can't say that, okay, if select a option which is at say, rupees 100 rupees or 50 rupees. No, that kind of option is not available as such. So if the RSI comes below this level of close to 60 is what we have defined, and the candle also closes below that, you will have a trigger which will come in to trade in the Nifty options. The alert can be seen here. Now we have created one alert for it has just got triggered. You can see that Bank Nifty option has been triggered at 11:16:22. Let's look at what has happened to this order. Go here and go to my signals, and you can look at all the strategies, or you can select it strategy wise. So this is what we created for Nifty options, and you can see that sell has been received and an order has been placed for buying PE and the position can be seen. So this is taken, I think we selected ITM 5, so it has taken 25,750 PE. Right. So it is as simple as that. If you're wanting to trade from an indicator, it can be any indicator. The process is the same. Select your instrument, select the time frame, load your indicator, and create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. Now, how do I create the opposite entry? All you have to do is go to these alerts that you have created, right click on that, and say clone that. So it will make an exact replica of what you created here with most of the things, with all the things there. But what we want is an opposite signal. So instead of crossing down, we'll make this crossing up. And here, instead of 65, we will say, I want a CE to be taken. If the value crosses 30, the RSI has to go below 30 and starts coming up. Then I want a PE to be closed and a CE to be taken and the bar to be closed. And in the message box, instead of sell, we will change this to buy. That's it. And here we will edit this as exit. You can give any name, save it. So you have two alerts. As you can see here, there's one dotted line at the top around 65. So what it means is that if the RSI drops below 65, PE to be taken. And if there's one more around 30, so if the RSI goes below this level and starts coming up, I want the speed which was taken here to be closed and the CE to be taken. So that is what we have created. So these are again one-time activities uh, that is required. So you need not have to worry about doing it every time. You just create it once and leave it in TradingView. It will be there for you always. So see, the pricing plan of TradingView is such that they have the free version and the next version and the next version. The difference is that the basic version, the first paid version, will allow you to do 20 alerts. So like this, you can create 20 alerts. If it is going to go beyond that, you will need to set the next plan. So that is all the difference. And of course, there are some small other differences like back testing. How many candles can you back test in the first plan and the second plan and the third plan? Depending on your requirement, you can look at various other plans of TradingView. Otherwise, if you are running one or two things, the first basic plan is sufficient as such. So now the RSI is around 10, 12. So when it starts coming up about 30, it will trigger an order. We can drag it slightly further down also. We'll drag it and make it 25. Okay. So if the RSI starts moving up, it will trigger a alert. So this was the first alert that we got in, and we will wait for the other alert to come in. Meanwhile, this has been going up and down, buy, sell, buy, sell. So you can see that here. Go to my signals and demo futures. As you can see, you had a sell, you had a buy, you have a sell. Now the sell has come just now about, the sell was triggered around 11:20 just now. So that has got processed. So your long position has been closed and a short position has been taken. So once you do the setup, the systems can keep running. You need not have to be sitting in front of the system and trying to place orders. It'll make your life much easier in terms of processing the signals and placing orders. So I'm trying to interpret your query. You said I'm still not able to understand your query, sir. Um, what we are trying to say here is that if the RSI value, if you want to take an entry based on the RSI levels, you'll need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. So that is how you create two alerts. And here we are saying here that when we are creating an alert, we are creating, so this is the exit that we just created. Here we are mentioning the value as 25, as you can see here. It can be any value. Say if you want to make it at say 35, you can update that. Was that the query? I'm not very sure. Yes. So as you can see, the RSI value has gone up now. The level has gone up. So you can keep shifting based on your requirements in terms of when you want the say long to be triggered or a short to be triggered. You can keep adjusting that. You can move it here also like this, or you can update it here also. Entry instead of 65, you want to make it say 70. What will happen is if the CE will be taken from here, from the bottom, and when the RSI goes above 70 and starts coming down, it will close the CE and take a PE. Yeah, you will need to set it one after the other. It can be a CE one also. You can, I set it up as PE first. Instead of that, you can do a CE also. You can say that, okay, first you create this and take an entry into CE. And if you don't want a reverse order, you can stop it here also. So you will need to typically tell the system when to take an entry and when to take an exit. Now here we are trying to trade both long and short. So that is why we have used a rule called stop and reverse. Suppose you use long and short, what will happen is it will take a long position here or a CE here. And when the a value comes here and starts coming down, it will close the CE and take the P, right, and stop and reverse. Whereas if you don't want that to happen, you want only the C to be closed, you can say that it's long only as a rule, then it will close the C taken and not take the P. And again, it will wait for the RSI to come down. And when it triggers again, it will take a C and close it here. So depending on how you want to trade, you can do both of them. Sir, my name is Lokesh, part of Algomojo team, sir. So it is as simple as that. So these are things that you need to create as a one-time activity here. And to automate these signals, all you have to do is create alert. If it is strategy, it is one alert. If it's indicator, it is two alerts. And then the systems can keep running. You can bring in any strategy, you can bring in any indicator that are available in platforms like TradingView. It can be charting, it can be Amibroker, it can be MT4, any charting tool. You bring in your strategy, you bring in your indicator, and we will help you to automate that. So we are not recommending any strategy for you. Our system, our platform is independent of the studies that you want to use. You can bring in any kind of studies, you can bring in any kind of tools, and then automate those tools based on your requirement. So we act as a bridge between your charting tool and your broker. So whenever the conditions are met, the orders can be placed. Any queries so far? And these things are a one-time setup that you need to enable and then leave it to the systems to keep running. So charting, TradingView or Amibroker or MT4, all you have to do is do the setups once, and whatever is, you need not have to open the code of these indicators or strategies, anything. Just create an alert. And the way to create an alert is also pretty simple. Load your study, go to alert, and whatever needs to be updated in the message box or trading view, we are giving you that. Just do a copy paste of one message and two notification. So only two copy paste to be done, and you're ready to process the orders automatically without any intervention. It can bring down a lot of time and pressure for you. Uh, Trading view, you can create 20 alerts, not signals. Say basic plan has that. If you can, if you want to check this. See, the essential plan gives you 20 alerts. So you can create alerts like this, 20 alerts like this. Now, if your alerts are more, then you will need to look at a different plan. So the next plan, which is your plus plan, allows you to add up to 100 price alerts. The next, the max is about 400 price alerts. So you can create 400 alerts if you have a requirement by subscribing to this plan, premium plan. Otherwise, essential for 20 alerts, and a plus plan will allow up to 100 price alerts to be created and used. See, it depend. See, you can place orders anytime and test it out, not an issue at all. Only thing is, if it is after the commodities market, there could be some maintenance activities going on at the broker's end. So, because of which, or in if we have planned some maintenance activity, it may not allow you to access. But otherwise, you can log in anytime and place orders. Now, uh, Instead of charts, if we want to place orders in our system also, we saw that we can do that from here itself. You can say here we have created buy sell. You can, if you say buy, it will take the CE, and if you say sell, it will close the CE and take the PE. So sorry for this strategy. So you can do that manually also, and track the have the target, stop loss, trailing stop loss, lock profit, all that to be managed from Algomojo itself. You can set, suppose you say that I locked the profit of say 10,000 rupees for me, we will keep track of that of your entry, and whenever 10,000 profit is achieved, we'll close the trade for you. So manually you can take an entry, and managing that position can be set in our platform, and we will manage that in terms of target, stop loss, or profit lock loss, those kind of stuff. Or if you have TradingView or any other charting platform that can keep sending the signals for entry and exits, we will process those orders and place orders for you. Our objective is to have a system which can help the traders and investors who have no knowledge about coding or programming to automate the signals that you would have in various kinds of platforms. Excuse me. So whenever those platforms are sending signals, instead of you placing it manually, monitoring and placing orders manually, we will take care of that activity for you. And to do that, we made a system which is pretty simple to handle. All you have to do is, if you are using trading, do copy paste, create an alert, and that's it. You're done. Now we have seen. Yeah, that is because we are trying to trade in options. Now, if it was futures, then it will take a long position in future, like what we saw for super trend. A similar thing can be done even in indicator also. Here we selected, when we were drawing the strategy, instead of Nifty options, as you can see here. Let me close this. Instead of options, if we say futures and option, it'll ask you if you want to trade in Bank Nifty. So you can say that whichever contract you want to trade, say for example this, it will keep trading in futures. So if this indicator comes below say 30 and starts moving up, it will take a long position in the future. And when it goes above this level and starts coming down, it will take this, close the long position and take a short position. So you can use this for trading not only in futures, you can do it in options, you can trade in equities also. So equities, of course, short position is allowed only for intraday. If you're doing a carry forward swing kind of operation, you can still trade in uh, equities for buy and sell. So it will not take a short position, it will close the long position taken. That's it. So Excel integration, see, we have a very rudimentary kind of Excel integration done. It can't take signals or process the live prices and take orders. It will be as good as placing it manually from here itself. So we have a Excel module, but may not be suitable to for users to monitor the prices like this in Excel in live markets and triggering those buy and sell from there. Currently, no, not yet, sir. Um, Another interesting thing that we come across is a lot of people use, in case if you have any particular study to be done, so a particular indicator to be used, let me know. I'll try and show that off. Now, a lot of people use trend lines. Those are pretty popular. Uh, People use trend lines. Suppose you say that, okay, draw a trend line, and if the price, let me make this more visible. Okay. Now, if there's a breakout above this trend line, you want a long to be taken. for example, in futures, the process is the same. Put in your study here, something like a trend line, or it can be any drawing. It could be support a resistance line. For example, here you see that this is a resistance, and feel that this can be a support level, right? So if you want the price going down below this support level or price hitting the support level, you want a long to be taken. Process is the same. All you have to do is put in your study. Let's look at how do we do it. For example, for this trend line, draw a trend line. On the trend line, right click and say add alert, right? So it will give you a pop-up. You say that okay, if the trend price breaks is crossing up the trend line, and if the bar closes above that, I want a long to be taken. So all you have to do is update this table, then put in the message here. Like very similar to the indicator, we take the buy signal from here, buy code from here. Yeah, go to indicators, copy this buy, and place it here, and update the webhook URL. Take that also from here and place it in TradingView, and say give a name as TL breakout, trend line breakout, right? So and create it. So when the price breaks out and closes above this level, it will trigger a buy for you. It is as simple as that. The process of setting up the alert is as simple as that. Now, suppose you put in a drawing and you want to make this make any changes like this. Suppose you don't want the trend line there, you want to bring it down further and leave it there. So that's it. If when the price breaks out of this trend line and closes above that, it will trigger a buy. Similar thing you can do it if you are doing a say downward trend line, something like this. Yeah. If the price breaks down this trend line, you want a sell to be taken. All you have to do is draw your place in your trend line and go to this message box and update this action. Sorry, not this content. From Algomojo, take this content in terms of sell and place it here, and give a name as TL breakdown, for example, and update the webhook URL from the page that we are given. What is given in our page? Yeah. From here, copy this and paste it here. That's it. You can create it. So whenever there's a price breakdown, it will trigger a sell. If there's a breakout, it will trigger a buy. See, partial booking of positions is currently not available. So whatever positions that you have taken, um, suppose you have taken two lots, both of them will get closed when the target is hit or a stop loss is hit. Say profit booking, partial profit booking, like if target one is met, you want one lot to be closed, and the target two is met, you want the second lot to be closed. Such a facility is yet not yet available. It is there in our plans. We will come out with those kind of facilities also going forward, but not an immediate development that could happen. But over a period of time, we will have such kind of facility also where you can do pyramiding, you can do partial booking, you can do partial exits, those kind of things. Yes. Any queries? Any queries on how do we use an indicator or a trend line or a study or price-based action? Like, for example, you want to use price. Suppose, say, you've taken a long entry on this breakout and you feel that, okay, this is the resistance level, you want to close your position here. All you have to do is put in your uh, resistance level there, right click and say add alert, and follow the same process. You say that, okay, if the price crosses up the horizontal line and it closes above that, or you can say once per bar, various trigger options are available in TradingView. And in the message box, you put this content. Oh, sorry. You put this sell content, sell content, and link it to the same strategy. Link it to the same strategy. So entry will be taken here based on this breakout. And when the price hits this resistance level, the entry taken either in futures or it can be CE, that will get closed when it comes here. So such kind of facility can also be created and used. It is if you want to set target and stop loss as strike price, what you can do is suppose uh, instead of saying it is in points, if you want to, I'm not very sure how that can be achieved. Suppose you have taken an entry in a CE in 25,000, say CE at 100 rupees, and you want to close that if the price reaches 125. You can say that target is 25 points and stop loss, if you want to keep it as 5, you can keep the stop loss as 5. That is the way it can work, sir. Uh, Sorry, let me try and understand your requirement again, sir. uh, you're not talking about the partial booking, but let me try and read this. Suppose I have a possibility of using two lots, and after my strategy of one lot hits stop loss, I would like to take two lots at a lower price, but I want to put the two orders as a strategy when a condition that second buy will be the first strategy gets squared off. In our platform, no, sir, we will not be able to define that kind of stuff. Only thing is, maybe you might need to get it designed in PineScript. You can get the coding done to work in such a manner. If the target and stop loss is hit of the first strategy, then if you need to take an entry, you can say that what is the condition under which if the stop loss is hit, you need to take an entry. You can get that thing coded in PineScript and then run it there. Yes, we do take up coding for PineScript to run it on TradingView based on the client's requirement. You can send us your complete requirement by email. I'll share my email uh, towards the end of the session. You can send your requirement. We will check the feasibility and come back to you and let you know the timeline, feasibility, and the costing also. Yeah, in case if you're, yeah, let me, if you want to see this on Nifty, what you can do is to say, first, the first step, sorry, yeah, let me remove these drawings. Let me hide this. Now, suppose you want to trade in Nifty. You use the Nifty chart, say that, okay, Nifty, select this chart. It can be futures, it can be options, anything. Sorry, spot or Nifty futures chart. Let's load a futures chart. Okay, let me remove this also. First, you load your instrument that you want to trade in. This is Nifty chart. Then you select the time frame. Suppose you want to trade in, say, 5 minutes. You select your 5-minute time frame and then load your strategy. For example, let me load super trend. Now this is loaded. To create an alert, we go here and click on this more button and say add alert for Nifty. It will show you that add alert on the same price as 5 minutes. And in message box, whatever is the default values, remove that. And you would have created for trading in Nifty we have created this strategy, right? So all you have to do is go to the strategy, copy this content for strategies, and paste it here. And go to notifications. Whatever is the webhook URL, remove that. Come back to Algomojo, copy this webhook URL of Nifty futures that you have created, update that here, and give a name. Name can be, say, Nifty chart. And that's it. You can say create. That's it. So it will be shown here. It will be shown here. So currently sell is running. So whenever this gives a buy, the long will be triggered and the order can be placed. Will be placed as such. Sure, sure. We will share the WhatsApp number, how to contact us. See, what happens in trading view is that it is the replay, bar replay is not the same as in, say, Amibroker. Amibroker, when you do a bar replay, it will send you the signals also. Trading view doesn't have that capability. Though it will run the bars, it will not trigger the alerts. So there's no in trading view, when you do a bar replay, you will not be able to simulate the orders or the signals like to get alerts. So suppose you do a bar replay from here, say from here, the buy will be generated. The alert will not be triggered. That is a shortcoming in the bar replay of trading view. So we'll not be able to see it. So otherwise, I would have used that bar replay facility instead of using the Bitcoin facility to trigger the alerts. They don't have. So that's why we were looking at the Bitcoin chart, which is running today, to generate some live signals. Sure, sir. We will get in touch with you. We can assist you in terms of this automation and whatever help is required to do the setup. We are there to handhold users. You will need to do it once or twice. You'll get an experience of how to use our platform, and it's pretty simple. Like as I was mentioning, there's no coding or programming knowledge required at all. You need to know the steps of 1, 2, 3, 4, what needs to be done. You do it a couple of times. After that, you'll be pretty familiar and you can start doing it. We are there to help you out. I'll share the support structure that we have and how to contact us. Those kind of details, I'll share it. Yeah, I'll share the WhatsApp number. So the advantage that we bring into any of the traders and investors is that you are not dependent on strategies for us with us. You can bring in any study, you can bring in any strategy, you can bring in any indicator as long as they are giving you a facility to add alert and gives you buy sell kind of signals. We are there to help you out to place those, pick up those signals or pick up those values and place orders for you. So, and we have tried to make it as simple as possible so that any user with basic computer knowledge should be able to use it and implement it and take advantage of the facilities which are there. Anything else anybody would like to see in TradingView? So, like I was mentioning that the process is a two-step process. One is uh, first step is to do it in Algomojo. Like we are still trying to check the feasibility of that of your requirement in terms of AFL and Pine script. uh, Based on that, we will come back to you and tell you the feasibility and the costing. Uh, we should be able to achieve is what I was given to understand. We'll try and respond to you by Monday, sir. I'm aware I'm tracking of this. Yes, we discussed this, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. Uh, Development team is still checking on this. Yes. Now, there's a good question in terms of how do you use this for as a child and parent account. So, if you have a good study, a good strategy that you want your friends and family members to take advantage of, we have a facility where you can pass those signals to those users of your group, and they will get the same signals uh, as what you are processing, and the orders can get placed in their account also. The requirement is that all of you will need to have um, an API from Algomojo. That is, if you either take a subscription or open a new account with us, all of you should have taken the account from us, or uh, subscription from us. Once you have that, like what we saw here, we have, for example, you have a strategy which has to, you're running it from, say, Nifty futures. Say, for example, you're running in TradingView, so you have subscription of TradingView. So whenever this buy or sell is coming in, the order is getting placed in your account, and a similar thing has to be placed in your friends and family accounts also. So the way to do it is, so you can have one subscription, one strategy running, but orders getting placed in multiple accounts as such. So as a user, you will first create your strategy here, like what you have created here. Let me close this. Once you have done this, you can add other members by doing something called publish your signal. Like, you have a disclaimer. Once you do that, you can add your friends and family members from here. Suppose you've got a friend, say, who has got an account in, say, Fires, and the client ID say something like this, and you want to give them access till this month end, or say June end. Okay, it can be any number of months. You can just say add. Since the client is not there, so if your friend and family should also have an account with us and an IPF from us. So all that will be published here. Suppose you have five people, all five will be, you can add them here. So one, two, three, four, five accounts can be added. So whenever a signal is coming for you, it will go to all of them. However, like what you did here in terms of strategy creation, they should also create a similar thing. Like what you did this, the same thing they can also do. Suppose you're trading in 100 lots and somebody wants, say your friend wants to trade in 10 lots, you can have, ask him to change this to 10 lots. So when the signal comes, you will, in your account, 100 order lots will be placed, and for your friend one account, 10 lots will be placed. And similarly, somebody wants to trade in 25 lots. So for each user, you could change the parameters. So, and you are trading in futures, and suppose he wants to trade in options, another person wants to trade in equities, you can do that also. Or you want a similar instrument, ask them to create the same thing in their accounts. If the lot size is also same, the same thing can be processed in your account and your friend's account also. So only one trading account. Yeah, for child and so parent account, providing signals to friends and family. One trading view subscription is sufficient, which will generate the original buy and sell signals. For all the others, it is not required. So, but suppose you are an individual trader, you want to take trades for yourself, then you have to have a subscription for trading. Yes. Oh, yes, you can place orders manually. However, to place an order manually also, I would say that place it from here. Now, suppose you're doing a live trade, for example. On Monday, you're doing a live trade. Let me close this. You're doing a live trade, and at a particular point, you would want to take an entry. You come back here and say buy. It will say buy signal generated. You can go and see here. For example, this is Nifty. Yeah, yeah. The markets are closed, so it's got rejected. And you can see that buy signal is here. And the orders will be shown here in the position book. Okay. Now for this strategy, you can set the target and stop loss here, right? You can say that the target, let me put this in edit mode. You can say that, okay, target in terms of points, I want a 150 point target. And in terms of stop loss, I'll keep it as say 50. Right. Once you do this setup and you place, for example, a paper trade or a live trade and generate a buy signal. So the manual order need to be pushed from here for us to track it. Suppose you take this same as a live trade in your mobile phone. There's no way we can track that you've taken a position in mobile phone and the position is running. We have to monitor the target and stop loss. There's no way of knowing that. Instead of that, you trigger the order from here, from this page, from this against this strategy which you have created. So when you push in a live trade, for example, let me enable this. When you say buy here, what will happen is it will place the order in your account directly on Monday when the markets are open, when the margins are available. In my case, there is no margin, so it is getting rejected. So if the margin was available and if the market was open, it would have taken the position. And once the position is taken, it will be seen here. And we know that for this trade, there is a target of 100 points or 150 points, and there's a stop loss of 50 points or 25 points. We will keep monitoring that. And whenever those levels are reached, the orders will be placed. The position will be closed. Or if you want to push it from trading view, do the same setup. So you've taken the manual order, right? So let us do that. Let me run this again. So here is something, let me change this to paper trade. Okay. And I've taken a manual trade, right? So in trading view, we go here. Let me make this Bitcoin just to see the live market, right? Now, suppose you have taken a long entry because this is running live, but you took it manually, and when a target or stop loss is met here, you have placed a say line here, resistance line here, for example. Let me draw a. You want to exit, say, from this level, right? You've taken an entry. This is your target, and you want to place a stop loss also, for example, like here. Right. So if the price hits this level, okay, it has to close the position which you have taken manually. And if the price hits the stop loss, it has to close the position manually. I suppose that is the requirement, sir. So you have taken the position manually, and you are linking that strategy to these two, the resistance and the stop loss. You're putting the target and stop loss on the chart. And whenever these are hit, the exit has to happen. It can happen. So all you have to do is again say that, okay, here add alert, come here, click on this study and say add alert on the horizontal line. And you can say that, okay, if the price is going to cross up this line, horizontal line once, and you want in the message box, put this content as sell. Go here. Go to the indicator section and take this content, paste it here, and in the webhook URL, copy this webhook URL and paste it here. And let's give it a name. right? So I will say that create it. So you have created one level here, and same thing can be done. So a similar thing can be done for the stop loss. You can create one more here. Unfortunately, for the horizontal line based alerts, they don't give you a clone option. You have to do it for each of them. So again, add alert here, and here you again give it as shell, and give the name as uh, manual order exit. Instead of target, you say asset. So it is here. So you have this level and this level. So whenever the price hits any of these levels, it will close the position which you have taken manually. I suppose that was the requirement that you're looking at. There's some more queries. Let me try and yeah. Yes. When a buy signal is generated, say from TradingView, will it go to all child accounts? Yes, it will go to all child accounts. Uh, so through Google Sheets, not if you can program it in Google Sheet, it may work, but we are not right. So if you have a paid indicator and you need not have to, in the advantage with us is that you don't have to have any source code at all. Any paid indicators, they will not give you a source code. All you have to do is it should have the facility to add alert. That's all. If you have a facility to add alert for any paid indicators or free indicators, you will still be able to do the alert creation. The same process needs to be followed, like what we saw for RSI based alert creation. Similar thing needs to be done, one for entry and one for exit. Sir, Excel, we will try and explore and come back to you. If you are running a option strategy like an iron condor or a butterfly, you will have multiple legs, 3, 4, 5 legs, whatever there. You can create a group of that and then trigger all the legs one after the other based on one signal, one click or one signal. Yes, that's possible. See, for any orders to be placed in child account, they all the users should have the subscription of Algomojo. Whether you're using Google Sheet or TradingView or TradingView is not required. Say Excel sheet, any of those. For us to place order based on the signals the way you're generating to all the other accounts, they should have the APIs from us. Only then we will have access to their account and we will be able to place orders. Right. Any further queries? Not sure if I'm answered all of them. In case if I have missed out any of them, kindly type it here. We can try and if you have any the trading Amibroker is much more simple, I would say. All you have to do is like for example, if you, in any broker, if you have any strategy, for example, let me show you something like this. Um, this is a strategy. So whenever this is giving buy sell signal, all you have to do is this is similar to your super trend. It is always in trade, either long or short. Let me make it as 5 minute or 15 minutes. No. Okay. As you can see, it is always in trade, either long or short. So whenever these give you buy and sell signal, you have the orders can be placed. All you have to have is a good strategy, which you're running in Amibroker. For this, we'll give a module. Just try and see if that module is available. Yes. For example, there's a long short module available. Drag and drop that module. And when you right click here, in the parameter section, you have to update the webhook URL. For example, here, we have created this for trading in Nifty futures. Copy this webhook URL, go to Algomojo, paste it here, and enable it. That's it. Of course, there's one bridge installation to be done. It's a one-time activity. Otherwise, you can bring in any AFL and you have to load this module, something like it can be button based or a long plus short kind of based uh, module. It is the same as the rule, long only, short only, stop and reversal kind of modules are made available by us. Just drag and drop that AFL onto your strategy, and in the parameters section, all you have to do is update the webhook URL. That's it. So whenever your Amibroker generates a buy or a sell signal, the orders can be placed. See, for trading in child accounts, you need not have to have TradingView subscription for all of them. Only one TradingView account is sufficient. And if you have, say, 5, 10 people to whom the orders have to go, all of them will need to have the APIs from Algomojo. So that API you will get either by opening a new account using Algomojo as a reference, where then the cost will be zero. Or if you already have your child accounts, have already got a broker account, you will need to take subscription from us. It can be monthly, yearly, or half yearly. Somebody is asking about the subscription fees. Let me try and show that. So there are three types. One is monthly, half yearly, and yearly. So on if you take an yearly plan, it works out to 500 rupees per year. So for each child user, you should have either a subscription or you should have opened an account using Algomojo as a reference. Then there's no cost at all for any of the child accounts. But as a main user, you will need to have a subscription or opened an account with us, and you need to have a TradingView account, whichever charting platform you're going to use, which is sending the buy sell signal. That's it. So one chart will send the generate the signals, and the orders can be placed in your account as well as the child and friends and family accounts. Sure, sir. For in case if you need a demo, you want a setup to be done on Monday, all you have to do is go to say Algomojo here and place in a slot. It'll ask you what time and what date you want the slot this thing to be done. Select the date and time, and our team will assist you in terms of doing the setup and explaining it to you. So in case you have a particular date and time, kindly use this slot, install slot. Our team will assist you. So, Amibroker, as I was mentioning, the process is even more simple. All you have to do is one-time installation of bridge. How to install the bridge, our team can assist, or you can do it going through the documentation. And once the bridge is installed, load your strategy and load the module and update the webhook URL. Copy paste that webhook URL here and enable the trade algo mode. If you disable it will stop. Enable, it will keep running, and any signals generated from your strategy, the orders will get placed for you. Sorry. Hope I have answered all the queries. In case if I missed out, please retype the query. I will address them. Coming back to our presentation, as I was mentioning, the process is first step is what you have to define what is that you want to trade in Amibroker, Algomojo, whether it is futures, Nifty, cash market, intraday, all those parameters, one time setup. And once you do that, you go to your trading view or Amibroker or charting, any of those kind of platforms, and create an alert. And if it's Amibroker, download that module and load it on your strategy. And you're set for receiving the orders. So there are five types of routes. One is long only. We will process only the long signals. We'll take only long trades and ignore the short trades. So it can be futures, it can be options. And if it is short trades, it's the reverse of that. We'll process only the short trades or short signals as well. We will not take any buy of CE or take a long position in futures. We'll take only PE and take short positions in futures if it is short only. If it is long plus short, we will handle both of them. In case of Amibroker users, there are additional actions called short and cover. You will need to use this rule. And for super trend kind of strategies, you will need to use stop and reverse, which is always in trade, either long or short. So it will keep processing for signals buy and sell. So when a buy comes, it will take a long position. And when a sell comes, the long will be closed and the short will be taken. So it is always in trade. For such kind of strategies, you will need to use this rule. Then we saw the integration, how to do with super trend and indicator can be anything. We saw an example of RSI. Indicators, you'll always have to create two alerts, one for entry and another one for exit. Similarly, price based or trend line based, you'll need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for trend line. You can bring in any kind of drawing, any kind of strategy, any kind of indicator, as long as they're having a facility to add alerts, you will be able to automate. It can be paid strategies, it can be free strategies. We have in our website itself, there are a lot of videos available. I'll show you also after this presentation. Then for create alert creation for strategies, the process is you first use the trading symbol. We saw the Bitcoin example. It can be Nifty, any of those trading symbol there that you are planning to trade. Load that first, then load the time frame in which you want to run your strategy or indicator. Then load the click on the more button and create an alert. If it is strategy, you just need to update the message box and then update the webhook URL. That's it. Say create and you're set to process the signals. If it is indicator, it is slightly different process. You have to, the initial process is similar. Trading symbol, indicator, and time frame you have to set. Then you have to create two alerts. And when it comes to alert creation, you have to update something called a condition and trigger also, which is not required in if it is a strategy. It will not show you also. So you select, say, condition is either crossing up or crossing down, and trigger can be once per bar close or once whenever that level is touched. So those kind of conditions, these are more of features of TradingView. Select that appropriate thing and indicator price based. You have to create two alerts for entry and exit. That is, update the message box with a buy message or a sell message, and webhook URL needs to be updated. That's it. So based on the indicator which are available in trading, you will have various types of conditions. So you need to check what is the condition in which you want to create an alert and accordingly select that from the condition drop down given in TradingView and set the alert. For options strategy users, we have an extensive blog where for each kind of option strategies, which are pretty popular ones, we have given a step-by-step process of creating it and uh, making them active so that based on one click or one signal, all the legs can be executed. Kindly go through this blog. When it comes to Algomojo support, We are available on all working days, including Saturday, from 9 to 5 on Monday to Fridays, and from 10 to 5 on Saturdays. You can contact us on WhatsApp, which is on 81055 72233, or you can give us a call 8550 You can raise a ticket from our platform, or you can send us an email to support@algomojo.com. So we will be able to come back with whatever necessary details are required by you to help you in terms of your trading and investment journeys. Thanks a lot. My name is Lokesh. My email ID is lokesh@infolab.com. We do take up coding for TradingView and Amibroker platforms. However, I request you to send first the email by email the complete requirements. We will need to check with our development team and then come back to you. We have an extensive blog. Let me just show one more thing. If you go to After you log in, if you go to the left side, there are a lot of tabs. You go to this API section. On this page, you can start from looking at brokers itself, how to log into brokers, what is the dashboard, what are the orders. So you can look into each of these steps where we given suppose you have an account with want to open an account with say fires, what is the process to be followed. There's a small video explaining how to do the setup. So you will find the complete documentation with videos at most of the places, giving you details of the steps to be followed. Kindly refer to this, and you can go to this video section. You can look at how to create option strategies, how to clone strategies, how to for each of these topics we given a extensive or a brief video which will help you to understand things better. Still, in case if you find difficulty, do contact us during the office timings. We will explain it to you. We will assist you. We will show you how to do the entire setup. And once you get familiar, we can start handling it. It's a matter of trying it out once or twice. The steps are pretty simple, not very exhaustive or not very complicated. Anybody with a bit of computer knowledge will be able to handle it pretty easily. Say, for example, how to create future strategy in Algomojo platform. If you want to do it, equity, how do you do it? How to edit. So all these steps are outlined here. So if you want to do it in options, how do you do it? So it's a brief 1-2 kind of minute videos. You can play them and have a look at it. Yeah. Um, Otherwise, our team will be able to help you out. So this is our support structure. You can get in touch with us. Sorry. Yes. Through any of these means. So you can there's another application called WAC. Let me just show that out here. Suppose you want a live assistance, you can after login you can get into this tab called available to assist. So our agents, our support structure will come online and help you online with whatever queries you have. In case if they have to access your system, they'll take remote access using any desk, and or call you also and guide you as to what is to be done, how it has to be done. Sorry. Sure, sir. We will get in touch with you. Yes. Thanks again. These are my contact details. In case you need any further information, you can look into our blog, log into our webpage also. We'll be happy to assist you. Thanks again, and hope all queries have been addressed. And in case you need any assistance, feel free to contact us anytime. Have a great weekend. My name is Lokesh, part of Algomojo team. Thank you so much. If there are no other queries, I'll end the session now.